Hey guys, Bart the Nature Guy here. It is a wonderful early spring day. The melt is on, and last week I was in this similar location, and I was looking for that pileated woodpecker. And I've been coming out here quite a bit, and it is actually a spot I visit quite often. And it's a bird sanctuary area, kind of located in the lakes area around Uptown. And so I stopped here because there's actually a flicker, which is a type of woodpecker right in this area. And so if he or she shows himself again, I will definitely see if we can get the camera on him. But today it's been so cold. I've been doing a lot of visual sensory engagement stuff with you guys in nature. But with it kind of getting warm again and being able to be outside, I really think we can just take some time to get our breath back and kind of settle into being outdoors, maybe a little bit more than we have in the last few weeks, because it was pretty darn cold. And I'll turn the camera around, but again, when we look at kind of just bringing ourselves to a place to kind of be and hang out, it's really easy to engage those five senses. They're always with us. And before we kind of get into the invitation for the week, so I'm just going to ask you if you can take some time to step outside, and you feel safe doing so. It's kind of bringing that breath in and just enjoying, observing your breath while observing maybe what the things that you are noticing around you. Maybe inhaling through your nostrils and exhaling through your mouth or your nose. There's a little woodpecker right there. I don't think it'll let me zoom in. And now, use those visuals. Maybe see what you can see. What do you notice? What's in motion? Using your eyes. In the city here, the animals are quite used to seeing us around, but it's not always animals. Maybe it's just this grass kind of blowing in the wind here, or the tops of the trees moving. Even without leaves, the tops of these trees are moving quite a bit. What are you noticing? What do you see? And next, if we can engage that sense of touch or feel, like I have, one half of my face is in the shade here, this side's in the sun, and I can definitely feel the difference just in that little transition right there, right on my face. So, maybe hand out in the wind, maybe notice what direction that wind is coming from. Might be looking into the wind, might look downwind instead, and turn your back to that if it feels a little cold or chilly. Maybe it's finding a tree, see how the sun is interacting with that tree. One side might be really warm and the back side might be a little bit cooler, depending on how that tree is interacting with the sun today. Seeing those contrasts, not only visually with the shade and the sun, but also with our bodies, kind of what's tucked up underneath our clothes versus what's exposed to the wind today. And also the smells. Maybe a couple deep inhales through the nose, engaging that sense of smell. As things start to melt, we'll start to see a lot of things rot, and we get a lot of things kind of coming out of dormancy, of being locked up over the winter. So we might smell more kind of swampy or wet ground. Starts to thaw. And so it's a taste. Drawing that air in over your tongue and into your mouth. What does that feel like today? Couple more breaths. And then the last one is sound. And what do you hear? What can you hear on my phone if you're not outside right now? I can definitely hear the wind today. And I can hear tons of birds. So for our nature engagement today, it is a sound engagement, more than the visuals that I've given you the last couple weeks because of that cold. Thinking some people might not venture outside and feel comfortable outside or safe outside when it got super cold. But now that it's I'm not wearing gloves for the first time, or even like a stocking cap outside, and so this is a great time, especially in spring. The birds are coming alive, so we're going to start to see those early migrants coming from the south, following up that warmer weather, and then we're also going to see some of those warm winds kind of start coming our way as the temperatures start to raise up and produce the melt of spring. So today's nature invitation for you all is to use your ears when you step outside and maybe hear some of those birds as they are all starting to communicate the sounds of spring, as well as oftentimes when it gets warm out this time of year, it also is accompanied by a high wind. And I can definitely hear that through the trees as it interplays with the twigs and branches and grasses. So the nature invitation for this week is Spring Sing, as you hear all the birds starting to sing their songs of spring. So Spring Sing is the name of the invitation this week. If you can have a chance to get outside and just let your ears play with nature, and and sometimes it's really fun to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, and kind of taking out that visual sensation. Just let your ears kind of do the work for you, and a lot of animals, it's their nose that does the work for you. Like dogs, it's a lot of times their nose. For deer, they have the deer ears, right? They have the tall ears like rabbits. Like this is more that style of invitation of letting those ears do the work. So it might be taking out a sense or two, like vision, to really enhance the that sense of hearing. So there you go, Spring Sing. Whether it be singing in the treetops there with the wind, or listen to those birds in the area that you're at. Take care, Bart the Nature Guy. Peace out. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.